Unlock the power of your mind. This is Provocative Enlightenment with Eldon Taylor.
Thank you for joining us today and welcome. All right, our chat room is open and my partner Ravinder awaits you there now. Ravinder will see that your questions do get on the air. Now to today's show. Dr. Norman Sheely founded Holos University Graduate Seminary, a graduate school that emphasizes ecumenical spiritual approaches to fulfill a growing need for an inclusive, holistic, and creative approach to life in our contemporary communities. We spoke with Norm about this when he last visited our show, and I was so intrigued that both Ravinder and I decided to check out the school. What we found is quite impressive. The quality of the faculty is exceptional, and the student body is equally extraordinary. In order to share with you a global view of the school, we have invited the founding Dean of Faculty and a professor of Holos University Graduate Seminary, as well as Professor Emeritus of Geography at the University of Kansas, Dr. Bob Nunley, and his wife, who just happens to be the founding provost of Holos University and who currently serves as its Dean of Academics, Dr. Ann Nunley. And we'll have more about both of them in a moment, but first, also joining us today is one of their recent graduate students whose dissertation is titled Spirit Communications, Experiments with the Mediums, and that would be Dr. Karla Baker Curtis. Now, Dr. Curtis is a business person, researcher, medium, and a 2011 graduate of Holos University's doctoral program in holistic health and spiritual healing, with an undergraduate degree in math and computer science and a master's degree in organizational development. Karla has combined a career in software development and management with her deep ongoing interest in psychology and spirituality. She can tell us all about what it's like to be a student at Holos, and we'll get some information on her dissertation. A very interesting study while we're at it. So let's get them in here and find out more about this wonderful university. Welcome to Provocative Enlightenment, Doctors Nunley and Curtis.
Thank you very much, Eldon.
Thank you, Eldon.
It's good to have you here. Now, I hear two of you, but I think, Dr. Curtis, you're there too, are you not?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
So, to begin with, let's kind of sort matters out some. I'd like to speak first with Dr. Bob Nunley, then Dr. Ann Nunley, and then Dr. Curtis, both about her experience as a student at Holos and her dissertation. So, if we may, Dr. Bob, as Professor Emeritus, you had a very successful career in traditional education. Please share with our audience just a little bit about yourself and your background so they get a perspective on who you are.
Thank you very much, Eldon. And just let me say initially that we are so strongly in support of your entire approach to provocative enlightenment. We don't see a great deal of value in just sitting off on a mountaintop and being removed from life as it's going on this marvelous planet of ours. But we want to better understand the broader capabilities in terms of human consciousness so that we can really draw from our entire experience as we look particularly at almost any topic that deals with spirituality and health. And the way we differ from the 55 years that I spent in conventional higher education is that when the students come to us, we initially have them explore deeply what they would like to study more than anything else. We ask them if they could be one of the 10 people on this planet who best understand a particular question about spirituality and health, what would that question be? And do not be concerned with money or cost or feasibility. And we really get them to get into their passion. Karla, as you will see later, has a passion for this whole topic of hers. It isn't just an intellectual topic. And then the other difference is our professors become their colleagues, not their teachers. As a matter of fact, we all teach each other every opportunity. And so we have a university that's founded on the concept that the research being done here, in almost every instance, is the research that this person this student most passionately wants to pursue. And we find that that unlocks all kinds of doors to many aspects of our human potential. And that's what they all have in common. So the 10 years since retiring from the University of Kansas, I've been spending with Holos University, and Ann and I last year concluded that teaching is the most important thing we do, and this last year we were able to teach better and more than we've ever taught in our life. And I don't know many people in their 80s who can look back on their lives and say that, but I can very truthfully. And getting to know you and Ravinder this year, and just generally each year, more students, more contacts, and more understanding, and more ability to exercise your provocative enlightenment.
Thank you, Dr. Bob. I have a great deal of respect for the quality of Holos University. I think the first thing that comes to anyone's mind nowadays, when you talk about universities and extension universities and some of the scandals and things of that nature out there, is what is this university? Who constitutes the faculty? What is their accreditation? You're an accredited university. I'm not talking about regionally accredited. That requires the massive libraries, etc. But nevertheless, accredited university. Tell us about your accreditation. Tell us a little bit about your faculty.
Right. Well, our faculty is drawn from the entire planet, and we have very, very effective people. There are 25 on the faculty currently, and we are accredited. There are two kinds of accreditation, the regional one that you referred to. And by the way, we will eventually be regionally accredited. And the library part is taken care of in large part because our week that we spend on campus, what we call it our campus week, is the second week of September. And that's always held at Unity Village in Kansas City. And we're tied in with the Unity Church. And all of our students have library cards with the Unity Library and the Unity Archive, and so we are finding ways in which we can meet all the requirements of regional accreditation. There's a second kind of accreditation that most people are not aware of called programmatic accreditation, and we have already achieved that level working through NTAC, which is the New Thought Accrediting Commission, and that group is itself seeking listing on the U.S. Office of Education list, and when that becomes complete, then we will be having another improvement another step in the accreditation. But we intend to continue until we have full accreditation with regional agencies and all. It's just a matter of fulfilling a number of bureaucratic requirements.
Right.
So we're well
like
on the way.
50,000 book library. You know, that is, I mean, to me, that is very, very exciting. A regionally accredited, fully accredited university that legitimizes research in areas that you know, for centuries they were the foundations of our philosophy, the foundations of our science, and then somehow, well, we all know how, but we got alienated from and turned away from, and we started down these secular pathways. What you're doing is just, to me, just so very, very exciting, sir.
Well, and by the way, everyone should know that they can look on our website at www.holosuniversity.net, and the .net takes them right to our library. And these 72 dissertations are published there. They can read the abstracts. They can read the entire dissertations. And these dissertations deal with such a wide variety of things. One involves invoking angelic presence to change the rate of germination in zucchini seeds. And all my adult life, I've been wanting to be involved in serious research that would truly invoke angelic presence and with a strict protocol study what do we know and what can we be more sure about in terms of these interesting concepts.
What is, quickly before we go to your wife, what's necessary for someone to become a student of Holos University? How would they go about that?
Well, what they would do would be to go to the same site, but www.holosuniversity.org, and there's a little, right on the main home page, a little section that says "Click here if you're new to Holos." They just click on that, new to Holos, and the website itself will guide them. Then they will contact me, and we will have an open house for 90 minutes where they and 4 or 5 other students get together on a telephone conference open house. And then we will line up a custom-made program, and every one of our students have a program that's totally custom-made for them and their interests. And then they're off and running.